Doctor Strange in the Multiverse Madness. And it was madness watching this. I don't know. But the movie starts with America Chavez and Doctor Strange being chased by demons. I know, right. Who's America Chavez? And I'll get to that later, but I know her, but if you're not a fanatic Marvel fan, you're scratching your head. But I knew based on what she was wearing, she was a Latina, the clothes she had, I figured it out. But anyway, they're being chased, between universes by this demon searching for the Book of Shanti, whatever that is. And apparently this book has something to do with the Dark World. And so Doctor Strange is actually killed by the demons. And America Chavez creates a portal, which is what she does, and she brings Strange's body into this other universe. The universe as we know it, where you got the regular Doctor Strange there. And so now Chavez is running from this giant octopus. The demons are turned into this giant pink octopus with one eye. And I think they call her Earth 16. And like I said, the Doctor Strange, as we know, he's at a party and he sees this chaos going on, and so he jumps out the window, and his cape helps him fly, and he turns into our Doctor Strange. And his sidekick Wong comes, and now Wong and America and America, they're fighting this huge pink octopus for about 10 to 12 minutes. And I kid you not, the only thing I'm thinking is Powerpuff Girls. That's exactly what this whole opening scene looked like. I kid you. I dare anyone in the comment section to say it didn't remind them of that. It had the similarities of Townsville. This big, giant, pink, one-eyed octopus. And they're fighting them like the Powerpuff Girls. And if with this movie, if you're into the sorcery and the powers, and Doctor Strange moves his hands and all those special effects, you love this movie. I mean, it felt like Harry Potter. Now, I've never seen Harry Potter movies, although I've watched the Powerpuff Girls, but there's neither here nor there. So they defeat this giant Powerpuff Girl octopus, and Doctor Strange goes in, and he, of course, he says to America, "Who are you? And what are you? Why are these demons after you?" So she explains to Strange and to Wanda that she unknowingly has this ability to travel through portal universes, and she's been through like 17 of them running from these demons. And then she shows Doctor Strange his corpse that she bought from the other universe, and he looks at it like, I had a dream somebody was chasing me and it was demons, and you were in my dream. And they actually show that him waking up from his dream. So she tells him it wasn't a dream, it actually happened. And America's saying that, so I need some help. So she explains to him there's this dark order and it's kind of witchcraft, and Strange is like, oh, witchcraft? Dark world? Hey, I know somebody who can counter all this. Yeah, I worked with somebody when we defeated Thanos. So he contacts and goes and sees Wanda Maximoff. And for those who don't know who Wanda Maximoff is, she's actually Scarlet Witch, but different personalities, and so they're the same person, if that makes any sense. Like I said, you got to be a Marvel nut and fanatic to understand what's going on here. So Strange visits Wanda unknowingly, knowing that she's the demon that's causing these attacks, you see, because you had to watch WandaVision, the TV series. See, Wanda created her own reality world with her and Vision, and they had these two kids, Billy and Tommy, and she took over this city and brainwashed everyone, and they had kids, and she created her world in the city of Westview. And the Dark World took over her life, and she became Scarlet Witch. And so she has this demonic dark side. And it literally, this movie is, like I said, Harry Potter, but it's almost like when Harry Potter met Carrie. And if you know anything about Carrie, I mean, just look up the 70s Carrie movie at the ending scene. I mean, this turned into a horror movie. It actually turned into a horror movie. If you go Go type in the grave site scene, ending scene of Carrie for the 70s. This is how scary and dark and creepy this Scarlet Witch was. I thought I was watching a horror movie at some point in time. And so Wanda wants to steal America's powers, and she wants to reunite with her twin boys, Billy and Tommy, and live happily ever after. And so if you go back and watch WandaVision, and this will understand. You'll get an understanding of this. But Dr. Strange says, I'm not giving you up America so you could do that. Those kids aren't even real. And so Wanda tells him, so you meet this kid and you all of a sudden want to be her dad? You know, you want to mentor her and this and that. And Strange, you're killing people in the universe. And you're going to kill me because I'm not giving her up. So Wanda transformed into Scarlet Witch, and she kills like 500 students that were in Wong's class, and America and Dr. Strange are running, and they're doing all these mystic powers against each other, and then all of a sudden another portal opens up, and Strange doesn't go in, but, Strange and America goes in, and Wong's left there defeating Scarlet Witch by himself. And so Dr. Strange is telling America Chavez, hey, you got to get us back there. She's like, I don't know how I did it. So now they're in this other Earth trying to figure out what they're going to do to get back because the Dark World is coming to kill America and coming to get him. And all of a sudden he runs into his friend, I think, Mordo. You guys all remember Mordo, the nemesis of Dr. Strange, and sometimes he's his friend, depending on where you are and what universe you're in. But in this point in time, he introduces him to the Illuminati, which consists of Mordo himself and Agent Carter, and she has her British stuff, a la Captain America, and Black Bolt, who's, I don't know if you guys know him or not, but his powers are, if he even whispers, your head can explode. So he doesn't say anything. He just keeps his mouth shut. And Maria Rambeau, who's, you got to go all the way back to these Captain Marvel movies and figure out who. Are you guys following me so far? This is Illuminati, which, you know, and if you watch WandaVision and you watch Captain Marvel, you'll know who Maria Rambeau is. And then you got Reed Richards, who was deemed the smartest man in the universe, and yeah, they actually said that and made reference to how smart and intelligent he was. And I don't know where this guy was when they were fighting Thanos, but they could have used his smarts, I think. But that's neither here nor there as well. But the thing about this Reed Richards, I couldn't get past. This is Jim Halpert from The Office. That's actually who Richard is. What do you call that? Typecast? I couldn't even listen to him and take him. How are you smart? You're Jim from The Office. I don't know the guy's real name, but he was Jim for, I guess, Typecast, I guess it was. And then finally, and this was crazy, they enter Professor X in his electric chair, hoverboard, floating on his wheelchair, coming in at 2 miles per hour. And I guess at some point in time, everybody's supposed to get excited. This guy looked like he's 102 years old. He looked like he was that old. So this is the Illuminati. And I'm looking at them and I'm like, did you guys just like pull names out of a hat? You just go, it's like, let's use Ronnie DeVoe, let's use Chicago from Poetic Justice, let's use Tootie from The Facts of Life. Let's use Peter Brady. You just grab a whole bunch of people and throw them in there and say they're Illuminati. A bunch of C-rated actors that don't mean anything. I mean, who is that? You can't even. I'd take Thing or Human Torch. I'd take Cyclops. Yeah, Professor X is a great leader. Yeah, Reed Richards is smart. A third-rate Captain Marvel. And Agent Carter, that's who you're. We're on a different Earth, so who knows? And so Dr. Strange is being held captive because, hey, you're Dr. Strange when Thanos came. You turned bad, so we're not letting you go. America Chavez is like, no, there's something crazy coming. Scarlet Witch is crazy. She's coming to kill me and everybody that stands in her way. And they're not having any of this. Then Mordo is saying, no, we're not doing it. Doctor Strange is crazy. Mordo is apparently the Doctor Strange who is good in this universe. And so Scarlet Witch finally comes. And she comes face to face with the Illuminati. And she destroys all of them. She cuts Agent Carter's body in half with her shield. A Black Bolt, he can't talk. She closes his mouth and shuts it and squeezes his head until it explodes. Good old Reed Richards, Jim Halpert, he gets melted like some hot blue caramel. And Captain Marvel gave her a shot, but then she blasted her with some lasers. And then here comes Professor X trying to get in her head, telling her, oh, you have something, Wanda, controlling you. And then they show him inside of her head. And they show this guy, and he's actually in her head, and he's walking around, and he has a turtleneck on, a black turtleneck on, walking around like he's somebody. This dude with his lemon head. You're like 60. You're like 600 years old. I mean, are you kidding me? What is this guy gonna do? So she gets in and breaks his neck. You know, and then Wanda comes and she's face to face, telling Doctor Strange, give up America, and America's running and she's trying to hide. It's crazy. This movie was all over the place and it had too much information. And again, this was about, like I said, these were a bunch of second-rate superheroes. We're used to Spider-Man, Black Panther in Wakanda. We get that. We understand what's going on. Daredevil in Hell's Kitchen. We get it. What's going on? Luke Cage is in Harlem. We know what's going on. The Thor in Asgard. The Guardians of the Galaxy, they're flying around space. Okay, we get it. This is all over the place. It's all over the place. I didn't even know where this movie was headed. It's crazy. And so after she blasts she beats the Illuminati up and I'm still trying to get past the black turtleneck that this guy's walking, the Professor X had on. Anyway, the love interest comes into the effect where Doctor Strange's love interest was Christine Palmer. I don't know if anybody remembers Christine Palmer from his first movie, but now she's in it, and her and America are, trying to figure out what they're going to do because now they've discovered that America can control her powers. In the meantime, Doctor Strange is fighting Mordo, and so now America and Palmer and Strange, they go into the dark world dimension to get the Vishanti book. Remember that? To end all this Scarlet Witch stuff because it's along with Strange, and all his powers, and they defeat Wanda. I mean, I guess America shows Wanda her kids in a portal because now she can control the portals, and her kids are afraid of Scarlet Witch, so Strange uses his old corpse and pulls that up, the one that was dead, and they defeat Scarlet Witch along with America, destroying the Darkhold, and all the copies of the multi-universe are done with, and Chavez sends everyone back to their universes, and Wanda somehow aged, not being Scarlet Witch. She sometimes aids sacrificing herself, so who knows if she's dead. And Chavez joins Wong's School of Sorcerers, and then they show the ending credits, and they show Strange with the third eye yelling, and some sorceress comes and warns him, your actions didn't do right, and the Darkhold obviously follows her in, and that's the movie. And at this point in time, I had no idea what I just watched. Because it was called Multiverse Madness, I was mad when I left the theater. I didn't understand this movie. The movie had no star power. There's no introduction to who America is. Nobody knows about this Vishanti book. Nobody knows what the Dark World is. It came on, and all of a sudden, Wanda has two kids she's trying to reconcile with. And nobody knows why, unless you watch WandaVision. How many times is Professor X going to die? This guy was killed by Dark Phoenix. I got to go back and watch the X-Men and see what it was. I'm still trying to figure out why. Who's Black Bolt and why is he in this movie? Oh, he's one of the Internals. I'm not going to see the Internals. Where are all these C-rated superheroes coming from? I know he was around in 2011. I know Black Bolt's been around for years. I know. I get it. Same thing with this Dark Knight, Midnight, Dark Knight, whoever has the show. I get it. All of a sudden, She-Hulk has it. I did a rant about this before. But this movie was unnecessary. Marvel has went downhill. He defeated Thanos, and things just haven't been the same. I just as well wanted to die with Iron Man as far as Marvel goes. This is a long rant, and I'm sorry, but I was trying to get everything in. Leave me a comment in the comment section. Let me know if I'm off on this one. Let me know if you think this was like the Powerpuff Girls fighting that fight scene. And let me know what you thought about Professor X in his nice turtleneck looking like a gigolo going to a club. This movie gets 2 stars. 2 stars. That's just my rant.